07. So a few weeks ago, I gave my viewers power over my Star Citizen account. I asked them, should I upgrade to the Mystic Expanse? No, that's not right. I asked them, should I upgrade my Mystic Expanse to a Drake Vulture? What I didn't tell them was that I was going to go through with their choice 100%, despite what my personal opinion was. A decision that could fundamentally change my account permanently. What could go wrong? So you guys voted fairly overwhelmingly. 69. I'm such a child. % of you voted for me to upgrade to the Drake Vulture. Now, before I get into this, you boys got bills to pay. I'm not going to confess to having not actually clicked launch on memberships 2 years ago. No, absolutely not. I wouldn't do something as stupid as that. Maybe. However, memberships are actually available on the channel now, so if you want to support the channel going forward, feel free to join as a member. Everything I make on YouTube goes back into the channel 100%. There is also Patreon as well for those who would like to support that way if you want to. Link will be in the description below. So back to the video. Enough selling malarkey stuff. Things. So was it the right decision to give you guys the power over my account? Overwhelmingly yes. It was cool to give you guys the choice. You just didn't realize that I was actually going to buy the ship. Salvaging has been such a awesome, chilled game loop for me to play. And honestly, it's the most played game loop that I've done since I got the ship. I haven't even been mining since I got it, which is completely unusual for me. I love mining. It's pretty much what I do in Star Citizen. So for me not to mine and go and strip paint, just not used to that, but it has been so good. So for those of you not actually aware of what salvaging is, think of it like painting in reverse. So you buy a contract, you fly out to a ship, you strip the paint off down to the shell, you load the cargo bay by moving boxes around and everything else, and yeah, you just have a jolly good time. I don't know how else to say it. It's just a jolly good time. So there are 2 salvaging ships available in the game. One is the Drake Vulture, which is the one I bought, and then you get the Big Daddy Reclaimer. The latter being the biggest one, as I said, by, well, the name Big Daddy. And honestly, it is much better than the Vulture. Stripping ships is faster, you can store more stuff, you can do it in parties. It's not the nicest looking ship in the game. In fact, I would hasten to say, personally, I find it rather ugly. I mean, this is a big ship, but by God, it's ugly though, isn't it? But as usual, the attention to detail on the ship is, well, it's CIG. The attention to detail is amazing. So salvaging, you buy contracts, you go to the ship, you strip things out. Occasionally, you have to get out your chair, go down to your cargo bay. You have to move a box using your tractor beam thing. I don't know what this is. I don't have one. Pew! And then you move the box to somewhere, carry on. You go back to your seat, and then you carry on scraping paint. It sounds very uninteresting, but it's really not. It's really quite good. Sounds way more boring than it is. So is salvaging the top earner though? Quite frankly, no, not really. It doesn't compare to the profits you can make by fully loading up a C2 with Beryl and then flying it and selling it somewhere. It does, however, become more profitable when you encounter the bugs that I've had in the last week. So I have lost 3.6 million in credits, or Alpha UEC if we want to use the proper term, from the game taking the cargo out of my C2 and just not paying me for them. Just nothing. Credits gone. Cargo gone. Dave, sad. When you compare it to that, yeah, it's way more profitable because you actually make money. I was actually lucky enough that one of my Discord guys, Panda, thank you very much, dude, gave me 10 million. That's gone from 10 million down to 2.4, I think it is, after buying a C2, a quantum drive, and then losing that other amount of money. I had actually ground it back the first time I lost it, and then it took it all again. Yeah, that was fun. I definitely haven't been a moron and flown too close to the ship I'm meant to be stripping. No, absolutely not. I'm never going to admit to that at all. But if you are stupid like me, no, not like me. If you are stupid and you happen to do this, there is actually a way to save it. So what you can do is you can take your ship, and as the ship's spinning around, just take your Drake Vulture, park it right in front, and then just let it just rest on there, and then you'll actually be able to slow that spin down and carry on with your salvaging. It definitely didn't happen to me where one was spinning quite furiously out of control, and there's me. No, there wasn't me. There was someone else frantically flying around trying to salvage. Yeah. However, salvaging isn't actually without its bugs as well. So what problems have I encountered with this game loop? And this isn't a bug with salvaging. I think this is just a bug in the game in general. So I'm mid-salvaging. I'm working my way through a caterpillar. I get to about 50-ish% through, somewhere thereabout. And I just can't fly my ship anymore. Can't move, can't do anything. I can roll using Q and E. I don't know why I had to look at my keys there, but I just can't actually fly my ship. I can't go up, I can't go down, left, right, do anything like that. So the only way for me to get around that was to pray to the RNGesus that I could bedlog and come back in. And thankfully that worked. However, the caterpillar had gone and I had to fly home like a sad little space nerd. Now, the other bug I have had is when I've got back to a station, I've got to sell my cargo, and there's just nothing there. It just doesn't show. And I think that's actually down to using the side of the Vulture that isn't meant to actually have that snap to grid, and just actually placing boxes there, or guns there actually, as it was in that time. Went back, nothing there, no guns to sell, no cargo there. Pulled the ship out of storage, went to it, guns gone, cargo there, stored the ship, and then that cargo was actually available to be sold at that point. So maybe a bug with that. But other than that, it's been a really enjoyable experience. Giving you guys the choice about what I do with my account was fun. I probably wouldn't do it for way more valuable ships because I might not get away quite so lucky next time. But it was a really cool experience. I think for a single person salvaging, the Vulture is the right ship. I think the Reclaimer would be an absolute pain in my pale Scottish backside to do on my own, having to go down into the cargo area to move a single box. It would just be a nightmare. And the Vulture itself, while not absolutely amazing as a ship, I mean, it's slow, it looks cool, the braking on it's horrendous, it's way too long at the front, and you could accidentally nudge a ship, maybe. Yeah, it has its little quirks, but as a single person salvager, I think it is the right choice to make. Now, unfortunately, it's not actually available in games, so you can't actually buy it in game at the minute, which is a shame. However, should you buy this when it comes to the game and you can buy it for credits? Personally, yeah. I mean, if you like mining, it's nothing like that. It's close. It's chilled. It's not as in-depth as mining, but if you like mining, you're probably going to like salvaging. So yeah, I would recommend buying it in-game. So what's coming up on the channel in the future? Actually, quite a few things. So I'm currently working on a couple of videos. So one of the ones I'm working on is what Star Citizen does better than Elite Dangerous, and vice versa. We might throw a Starfield video out occasionally. When Starfield comes out, obviously I'll probably be covering that anyway. But we're also going to see live on camera a complete newbie's perspective of Star Citizen. So I'm going to take one of my friends into my gaming office / work office and actually put them on Star Citizen and get the reaction live on camera as to what they think of it. And it will be completely unfiltered. If he hates it, and the video will go out. If he likes it, then he likes it. So I'm very, very curious because he has been interested in what Star Citizen was like. So some of my viewers, along with Hawks Gaming and Yamix, are going to be trying to kill me in Star Citizen in the funniest way they can think of. And I'll also be doing a Stellaris as a total beginner to the RTS genre. So there we have it. If that sounds like fun to you, smash that sub and then tickle that like button because it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. So why not?